to know. So let's start with this, the hibiscus cocktail.
Yeah.
So I can see some fruits with it and all that. So
Yes.
tell me about it.
Yeah, for the cocktail, we use the hibiscus flower. That is the common ingredient in
Absolutely.
all of them.
Yeah.
Banana, pineapple, and passion fruit.
Wow.
Yeah.
This looks like it's a very nutritious one.
It
With all that, is it?
It is actually. It's very healthy.
So this is just to give a different flavor for people's different tastes,
Yes,
is it?
taste buds. And then now this hibiscus pure.
Yeah.
There are those with probably diabetes or they can't take sugar. We do not put any sugar in it. So we just use hibiscus flower as it is so that you can benefit from the, from its nutrition.
Directly.
Yes.
So this is for the plain guys,
No
you know?
sugars.
Yeah. I can see there's another one here.
That
This
one
is
pineapple there.
Oh, there is the pineapple now.
Yes.
This is it?
Yes,
Yeah.
so that one is hibiscus and pineapple. Nigerians call it zobo. But
Okay.
yes, because actually I realized they're really big on hibiscus.
Yeah.
So this one is the only hibiscus flower and pineapple.
Wow.
Then we have hibiscus and ginger, which is the most famous because everyone now is into ginger and, cause
You have
of
even
the
run out of
COVID.
stock, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Then there's banana, hibiscus, flower, and banana.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I think that's a good way of looking at it. And I think as you have said, it's different tastes for different people. So
Yeah.
if I want to just have it plain, I'll have it
Yes.
plain. If I want to just have it with a little bit of some tasty like pineapple and all, I'll have it as well. Is it?
True.
Okay. So tell us about, first of all, the name, because there was is it Selema's health brand? Absolutely.
So now, Selema's Health Products is my social media handle that I use to market the products online.
Yes.
As I told you, when we started initially, we were purely doing online sales. But then, thanks to CAM,
Yeah.
we're now able to break out into the different distribution channels. And as we speak, yes, we are in supermarkets and all that.
Yeah.
So Selema's Health Product is my personal handle
Yeah.
that I use to market all the brands online.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow, lovely. Now, let's talk about building a customer base. Of course, you had mentioned a little bit of how it's flowing and the fact that you are already on some of the local retailers.
Yeah.
How are you going about this? And of course, I'm sure right now you can bring in the association that you belong to, the Kenya Association of Manufacturers, and how they're helping you in even building, a customer base. How is that going?
Okay, in terms of a customer base, for
Yeah.
us, we're heavy on our networks. We're using our social media and just the networks that we have to continue building on the customer base,
Yeah.
as well as referrals,
Yeah.
because without referrals, then you'll just be at one position.
Yeah.
So we're using a lot of referrals. And as well, our integrity and honesty
Absolutely.
is really important, because if they cannot trust you, they will not be able to buy your products. So just having integrity and good customer relations and customer service. Yes, so
Absolutely.
mostly these are some of the qualities that we're bringing in to ensure that the customers we get, we retain them, getting proper feedback and really giving them what they need as opposed to what we think they need.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which one do you think I should taste?
I think you should taste. Which Melvin's tea are you taking?
I'm taking ginger and lemon and
So you could taste pure.
pure.
Yes. you could
The
taste
pure one, eh?
Yes.
So I can feel the pureness and all that, is
Or
it?
just the hibiscus itself, the flower.
Okay. I'm sure the camera is on me. Can you first of all take it away, because I don't want to look at it. But anyway, I can't wait to really give a taste, and because you have said referrals are the best, is it?
Yes.
Because it
For
only
us-
speaks of the truth of the matter, is it? My goodness, I must admit, it's my first time to taste a hibiscus drink, and feels. How do people describe things that are nice?
Actually, I always get a head rush. Once I get a head.
There's something, right?
It has different reactions to everyone. Yeah, there are some who will sweat because it just goes straight to the system.
Yeah, I felt like I just took something,
A shot of something.
A shot of something, something nice, something natural. Okay, wow, lovely. So I probably will be one of your biggest referrals right
That
here,
would be
you know.
awesome.
And we'll be having some
I'll
of
be
the products
tuning
here as
in
well. Is it?
every Friday.
Lovely, lovely.
Yeah.
Let's talk about now you as entrepreneur and some of the, first of all, even before we get to the skills that you believe you can tell entrepreneurs to have, how are you managing this? Because you are into the games, let me call them that.
Yeah.
You are working and you're as well, you know, manufacturing this amazing product.
Yeah.
How are you juggling all this?
That is the goodness of having a great support system.
Yeah,
For any entrepreneur to be successful, there has to be a team behind.
absolutely.
A great team,
Yeah.
and that you have confidence in and that you trust.
Mm-hmm.
So in terms of my rugby career, I have amazing management who have supported me all the way. You know,
Yeah.
we sit down together and we agree on what I can and what I cannot do.
Yeah.
As well as back in Retriever,
Yeah.
I have a boss that sees and knows my potential and
Yeah.
knows what I give.
Yeah.
So they've been able to support. So the support system and a team that can really be behind you
Yeah.
all the way and have the same vision and goal.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, at this moment, I just want to just alert the people who we have here. We have Celestine Masinde, an amazing lady, first of all, an Olympian, first woman to try a score at the Olympics. Actually, not first woman, first African. I keep saying that, first African. My goodness, look at the medals here. We have Gold Coast 2018 Commonwealth. Look at this, another amazing one. I've never touched this thing, so I'm really enjoying myself here. We have also the International Olympic Committee, Rio 2016. And I can tell you, I'm going to share one of the pictures. If you look at her and what she's telling us to buy, you will definitely have to buy, because this is true testimony. You know,
Yeah.
amazing conversation that we're having here. So right about now, I just want to give a shout out to some of the people who are checking in a moment here. Are we still live? Okay, I've just seen like my video has alerted me something has happened here, but let me just give a bit of shout out to some of the people who are checking us up. I have Eugene saying, how then should startups address the cash flow challenge, and what are some of the lessons that she has learned? I don't know how you can answer that, how we can address the cash flow challenge, and what are some of the lessons that you have learned?
Okay, we had a forum for youth and women bankability, that is in CAMS.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of representatives from the different financial institutions. There was
Yeah.
ABSA, there was KCB, I believe, I can't remember the others. So
Yeah.
we've been working hand in hand
Yeah.
with some of the representatives
Yeah.
to help us understand and know
Yeah.
when we need to. You see, what really cripples SMEs is borrowing for the sake of borrowing.
Yeah.
So for now, we have a direct manager that assists us in knowing, do you really need to borrow?
Yeah.
You might say, okay, fine, I'm delivering 1,000 bottles, so I need to now buy a car for delivery,
Yeah.
when really it's not necessary.
Yeah.
Do you really need to invest, or do you really need to borrow?
Yeah.
So for us, it's been a challenge. We had a lot of challenges in terms of cash flows, because you see, once you're doing credit sales, then most of your money will be outside.
Absolutely.
So how now do you counter another person coming and bringing in a really big sale, and you also need to deliver? So getting into financial institutions, having them inject some money when it is necessary,
Yeah.
and for a particular purpose,
Oh, yeah.
not just for the sake of
You're
it.
right, you're right. Okay. There's another question here before we get to the advice in our entrepreneurs. What was it like building a business during the pandemic? I know, because you know, I think you identified your brand and then pandemic hits. But then how has it been for you with that?
Oh, it's been tough for the most part.
Yeah.
I'll say number one, you see, for any business to survive a crisis,
Yeah.
it's tough. Remember, there are some government new laws and regulations and restrictions that you have to abide by.
Yeah.
For example, for us, when we were starting, we knew that our target market was not only the big distribution channels,
Yeah.
but we had to start small. We had to go to hotels. Now, hotels, have been barred from
Yeah.
opening, and there's no public gatherings, things like that. So we had to take a step back and go mostly on online sales, which has been our biggest winner. Go to our networks, do referrals, get our referrals, and just build our customer base based on what we already had, and hoping that when things change, then we can get to other distribution channels.
No, you're right. You're right. Somebody here is Jackson, saying that he's watching from Nakuru, have an interest in starting a business. I would like to ask her if, with the current pandemic, is it workable? So she just has an interest to start a business, and she's wondering, with this current pandemic, is it workable?
Yeah. So my answer to that would be, would it be in line? Like you see, this is food and beverage. During pandemic, you need something that's healthy. Yeah. So for us, it worked because it's actually giving a solution to the pandemic and what we are facing currently.
Absolutely.
So if you want to start a business in this pandemic, you need to figure out, does it give a solution to what is currently happening in the world? If it's not, then it might be a struggle. Yeah.
Wow. Amazing lessons that we're learning there. Let's get to helping our entrepreneurs, and I want you to share some of the skills that you've learned and you believe every entrepreneur should have this, especially if you're thinking about getting in business. This is something you need to do, For you, I think it's more important because you'll be addressing a lot of people who have entrepreneurship as a side hustle, and at this stage in life and this current season we're in, you can't negate the fact that side hustles have really helped people.
Yes.
So tell us some of the skills you believe an entrepreneur should have.
Mine are just basic, what you would otherwise ignore, but is very important. Number one is self-discipline.
Self-discipline.
In order for you to be a successful entrepreneur, you have to be disciplined in all ways. Disciplined with yourself. Disciplined with, I told you that, actually I didn't mention, but for us, given that we've been faced with a challenge of cash flows and a challenge of probably maybe getting the credit limit that we would want. So what we have been doing and what we are planning to do for the next 3 years is plowing back the profit, injecting it back to the business. And that in some sense would be additional capital to the business. So you have to be disciplined in that fact. You can't say that today I've made $1 million, now I need to get 10% of that and start paying yourself or getting outrageous with it. So really it's just self-discipline. Secondly, I'd say you have to be very persistent. As I told you, we've tried so many businesses, but before you get that thing, before you get to exactly what you want, you have to keep being persistent and just not giving up. Because now if you give up, then you will never know. And lastly, maybe I'll say you have to be action-oriented. You can't just have ideas, because an idea is as great as it being actioned. Yes. For you to know if it will ever peak, you have to actualize.
Sounds like some of these lessons are coming from your rugby experience. Self-discipline, consistency and all that, This is some of it. I mean, it's a discipline across as well, is it?
Yeah, true. It has to be across board.
I'm hoping by the end of the show you will give me some of the tips so that at least, our people can as well learn how to keep themselves fit and all, and growing and all that kind of thing, Of course, we are learning a lot from you. I want to give a shout out to a few people. Moses Minor is watching, saying this is great. There's Lily Dale saying, wow, she's glad to see Celestine Masinde. Asante sana. And of course, some of the questions come in via Twitter as well. I think we've answered some of them here about the challenges of COVID and all that. Thank you so much for tuning in and all that. Just looking through, by the way, how many times should is this like, because it's my first time and I've taken several sips now.
I know your question. I know what you want to ask.
Yes. How many should I take?
Yes. So it's actually not a medicine, but it has medicinal value. So you can take as much as it's just like juice. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Let me get some questions. Mike Munen is asking this. To boost SMEs and building manufacturing sector in Kenya, can we have duty-free import of machinery that add value in goods we produce? This is a heavy question. By the way, I don't know what you would have to say about that. And I feel you, Mike, because duty sometimes to boost manufacturing can be a hindrance if it's too high. I don't know whether you've faced any challenges with the regulations that we have, the taxes and all those kind of things. Because there are people who complain and say, hey, it's tough to start a business in this country, especially on the manufacturing sector. Have you faced some of that?
So what I could say probably is initially we used to get the flowers from Sudan.
Yeah.
So you can imagine how what it entails to get the flowers from Sudan to Kenya.
Yeah.
There's a lot of taxes that you have to pay, and actually I'll not get too deep in that because I'm not the one handling that.
Yeah.
But there's some duty that you have to pay. So for now, given the pandemic, we outsource it locally, but then it's very expensive because by locally I mean from the coastal region. Then again, it's not of the quality that we need, so it ends up being more expensive.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Wow. You're right, and you're not alone. Yeah. We have a lot of people who say, "Hey, sometimes it's very tough on our end," and what we are seeing. Many thanks for all your questions that we have and all these things that we are talking about, and thanks for sharing about those skills. I'm about to get to the tips that you're going to give us about, getting all that fresh, and I'm just looking through some of the questions. Somebody's asking, what has been your most satisfying moment in the business?
In the business?
Yes.
I'll say getting the first LPO to supply to Chandarana all the 20 outlets. For us, that was really, really big, given that it was the first supermarket that, I'll say big, quote unquote.
Absolutely.
And Chandarana is big on health.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Wow.
That was.
And by the way,
plus.
That is not small.
That is not small.
And I hope you got enough capital to get it and ensure the retail
that it's stocked.
Yes.
Yeah, so yes, we have to. As I said, you have to persist.
Wow, wow. And I'm sure because they keep asking for it, that means that people are loving it, is it?
Yes.
Absolutely. Let me look through some other questions that we have. I think we have addressed some of the challenges. Someone was asking what some of the challenges you've faced and how you managed to deal with them. By the way, maybe they could have pointed out a particular question they wanted to ask. But let me ask you, that whole capital thing, the big money question, as I said, how are you still navigating? Because I know it's a process, how are you still navigating? Is it that your work is sometimes really supporting that side? And has it picked up? Has it become self-sustaining by itself? How is it going?
Yeah. For now, what we're doing is really plowing back into the business. The profits that we get, we are trying as much as we can not to spend.
Yes.
So that acts as additional capital.
Okay.
And then in terms of getting financing, we're in talks with some financial institutions. But then again, we also don't want to borrow, as I said, just for the sake of borrowing. So CAM is taking us through those steps. And we're hoping to at least, as the business grows, it means you need more financing, because if you want to stay on the same level, then you don't borrow.
That's true.
But if you want to grow, then you have to borrow.
Okay.
So there are some decisions that we have to make in terms of where we hope to get the business to.
Okay, lovely on that. And there's a question here, what advice would you give me? I'm young and I'm thinking of becoming an entrepreneur.
Yes, just being action-oriented. Most young people have so many brilliant ideas, but all those ideas some of those ideas are never executed. Yeah. So you'll never know if something would have picked off. So as much as you have great ideas, be action-oriented. Try, fail, and at least you'll know that it didn't work, or it might work. So being more of transforming the ideas into action points and doing the work.
Wow. So getting to action, I think it's like, keeping fit. You have to get out of that bed, is it?
Across board. You have to train.
Yes.
You can't expect to win without training and putting yourself out there.
I love this. I love this. Let's talk about KM and your membership and how the interventions have really helped you. Yeah, I
think I've mentioned a few, but for the most part, so we were in this forum for women and youth bankability.
Yes.
They've helped us in terms of getting access to finance. Secondly, I'll say in terms of marketing, even me being here is a testimony because of Kenya Association of Manufacturers.
Absolutely.
Apart from the marketing, they've given us some advocacy with some government compliance.
Okay.
There are some things that you just need to know which door to knock to. We're not saying that you want to cut short, but if you don't have the information, then you don't even know that something as simple as getting excise duty, you go to this particular building, go to the 4th floor, things like that. Just straight up information that we really need. And also the networking and mentorship. You see, if you place like-minded people with the same goals in the same room, then a lot of magic happens. So they've helped us with that.
I love that. The power of networking and, of course, belonging to a place where people have your interest at heart. Now, before I ask you, maybe probably my last questions about the future and what you're seeing, are we seeing you bringing up new ideas? Because now I can already see different products courtesy of the hibiscus. Are we likely to see different other products coming up?
Yes, so for now we have the different varieties of the hibiscus juice. We have the dried flowers. In the works is the hibiscus tea bags, which will soon be on this small cabinet of yours.
Yes.
We have some delays regarding some government compliance things. So we're hoping it would have been out last month, but then due to the slight delays, we remain hopeful, but the hibiscus tea bags will be out.
Wow. All right. Okay. And we wish you very well in all these, endeavors. And I think you've answered one of my questions, which was about the future that we are seeing of hibiscus juice. Let me just get into some of the comments and questions we are seeing here. Someone is asking whether this video will still be available. Absolutely. No one is going to touch it. So it will still be available. That's Collins. Somebody else is saying what? Market exposure is yet another very important aspect. For business to succeed, the government can help organize and subsidize networking conferences and other collaboration events, as well as trade shows where SMEs can participate. By the way, have you participated in any places where you have to exhibit and showcase?
Not yet, but we had a forum at Tulip Gardens whereby we showcased all our products. That was the first that we had with CAM.
Okay. Marcia Onyango is watching from Machakos, loving the show. Thank you so much. Someone is asking this: which is the best way to run a manufacturing SME in order to achieve growth? Hey. Which is the best way to run? Hey, they really want to milk a lot of lessons from you. What would you say to that?
From my perspective, I'll say that some of the challenges of small, medium enterprises is lack of adequate managerial tools. So you find that you might be the supervisor, you're doing everything, but you do not have the core competency. So it's just place structures. Don't do everything. Have structures and departments. It doesn't have to be costly, but as long as you put key competencies in each and every structure, then you will succeed.
Wow. Wow, lovely. Thank you so much for that. Let's get to some of our, and thank you so much for all the comments and the people who are sending all the comments. By the way, at least your product is in all, when you're in Chandarana, you're almost across the entire country, so you can go grab one, feel nice, feel how it feels like I'm feeling now. There's something activated here. And, it's amazing just to flow and see how it's going. So, as I said, I want to end this particular show with a bit of personal questions, Can I ask you?
Yes.
How is your routine like, especially keeping fit routine like? I know, of course, you mentioned some hibiscus drink that you take, but how do you normally, keep yourself going, especially on your routine and exercise? So I'll say off season. That means we're not in camp, we're not training with a team. You have to eat healthy. Drink lots of water. And at least train 3 times. 3 times a week. So that would mean if one day you'll probably do the floor exercise. You can do sit-ups. You don't have to go to the gym really. You can do sit-ups, push-ups, and just use body weight to get fit. And then if you're good enough and you want to go that extra mile, you can enroll for a gym. So for me personally, off season, 3 times a week, drink lots of water, eat healthy, drink hibiscus. Wow. Eat healthy, drink hibiscus.
Yes.
Finally, are you playing again?
Okay, we just recently came from Dubai. Right now we're preparing for the Olympics, Tokyo 2021. We should be going to camp. That is 20 people should be going to camp. That is for the Tunisia.
Yeah.
And I think on 19th of this month.
Uh-huh.
So after Tunisia, there's Las Vegas.
Uh-huh.
After Las Vegas,
Yeah.
tentatively there could be France.
Yeah.
Before
Uh-huh.
the team jets off to Japan.
Wow.
Yes. So at least 3 good tournaments that can really prepare Kenya Lionesses.
This thing has made you go.
Yes. Oh, yes, we have.
Globetrotter.
Yes,
Let me just
yes.
finally just scroll through Twitter and see whether we have anybody who is asking a question. A lot of it are comments. Thank you so much for the comments that you've sent. A lot of people even sharing your photos, that, some of the
From
lessons
rugby.
being shared. Absolutely, yeah. That,
nice.
you need to have a great team behind you. People picking some of your nuggets that you have shared, Capital to start SMEs is one of the biggest challenges, but you can start from the small that you have. Amazing. People are picking up some of the things that you have shared. So anyway, I know I said my last final, but of course there must be a parting shot. Yes, yes. You said you are a daughter of a servant.
Yes.
Servant leader. They say Reverend. Yes. You see now, they must say several finals. So now, what would be your parting shot to people who are watching? Of course, definitely to people who are thinking of starting side hustles, or people who are there. And of course, having in mind that this is a very challenging time. So many people have closed doors,
Yeah.
What would be your parting shot?
So my parting shot would be any idea that you have, do not downplay on it. Put it to action.
Yeah.
See if it works.
Yeah.
Be persistent, be hardworking.
Yeah.
This world is cruel and it has no time for lazy people.
Yeah.
Get up and go to work. Do whatever it is that you're able to do. Because there are so many people out there who would only hope to get out of bed.
Yeah.
As long as you can get out of bed, then you can change the world.
You're right.
Hibiscus is a brand that is here to stay. Our future plans are that we'll get to all the major distribution channels, all the supermarkets and outlets out there. So watch out for Hibiscus brand, and I know that it's not only good. I think you've seen that we're very casual today. It's no mean feat. It's no mistake.
Absolutely.
It's actually what we represent. Hibiscus is chilled, laid back, easy, cool drink, and that's what the message we want to put.
That's why we dress like this.
Yes. With jeans and sneakers.
Yeah.
Yes, we don't want to take ourselves too seriously.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Amazing. Thank you so much for coming. And I just first of all want to send a shout out. I've seen some of the comments that we had an interlink break because of some of the internet challenges that we just had. Sometimes, this is live. Live has its own challenges, but we're going to piece this up together so that at least you have a full flow show later on. So don't worry, it's still going to be combined very well. But many comments, many issues that people have said. Let me see if I missed any shout out. Maybe somebody was saying Hajani Taja, so many as well who amazing conversation in addition to value products. Does she export her hibiscus juice? That's a question. Do you export? Or are you about to start exporting?
We are hopeful that we'll get there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. That's it for now. I think we will end it at that point. Thank you so much for your comments. We keep celebrating. And remember, get to Chandarana, Wales.
Joyland Supermarket.
Joyland Supermarket.
And Selemas products on Facebook.
Wow. Get there, get some product today. I'm not going to be giving anyone because this is mine. So, and, keep working as we say. Keep yourself healthy. You've got some tips on the importance of that. And yeah, that's it. So keep working. Bye-bye.
My name is Celestine Masinde, a partner at Masatec Kenya Hibisco brand. We deal in the food and beverage sector with a newly introduced health drink brand called Hibisco. Hibisco is a purely organic health drink that is produced and packaged at QD. It's good for the whole family, both children all the way to the more elderly. The benefits of Hibiscus are it has vitamin C, D, and iron, which is a perfect immune booster, helps with blood pressure, it lowers cholesterol and blood fat levels, boosts liver health and improves digestion, promotes weight loss, relieves congestion and cold, and it also reduces inflammation with plenty of antioxidants. Our partnership with CAM has been extremely crucial with taking the drink to the next level. Among some of the benefits, without a doubt, has been the linkage to financing options. This is through the Women and Youth Bankability Forum that was held, standard branding options, marketing platforms through their various networks, as well as packaging interventions. Our expectations with CAM going forward would be more networking and mentorship opportunities, advocacy and intervention to help pave way into the major distribution channels like supermarkets and other outlets, interventions with some government compliance requirements, and also more marketing platforms to help better improve our products and the quality.